Oh, finally it worked. God damn it. There was some issues with the network. Okay, probably not the best idea to make coffee at 1:30 a.m. But I know that tonight this is gonna be a good online stream. Just just has to be. Because today I finally released a video about Marked for Death, and I also know that at the very same day, probably maybe even if the same very same moment, also about 8 hours ago, Red Eye Reviews also released a video about Marked for Death, because these shots are from that movie. You can't trick me at this. Just can't, because I just finished this awful movie, the best of Steven Seagal. Holy crap, guys! Holy crap! The best of Steven Seagal. If it is the best one, then there is no hope. No hope in this actor, and no hope in humanity. But right now I feel no hope in Red Eye Reviews, because this thumbnail sucks ass. This is unacceptable, guys. You have to increase exposure a lot. I can barely see anything about anything but his teeth and maybe eyebrows. And yes, let's be real. For us, this is more than enough. But for a viewer from outside of this Seagalian planet, this looks like crap. Okay, just fix exposure in these kind of things. That's gonna be fine. Because in most of Steven Seagal's movies, the exposure itself is very low. So anyway, just let me know if you have already watched my video review of Marked for Death, because it turned out to be okay. I didn't think that it was going to be that funny, but there are a lot of funny things, and of course, especially when he runs. So making a video about him running in this movie is more than self-explanatory. There is Van Damme also from Universal Soldier. Oh, and yeah, I decided to make a like a fundraiser for a little online stream because, for example, my daughter, she isn't against of showing herself in front of camera, so she would like to do that, but she is not very good at English. As for my son, he can speak English. He barely speaks Russian at his age, and he doesn't really like cameras, but he kinda can join. So I decided, why not make an online stream for those who would maybe want to see that? Why not? So there is a little fundraiser for this purpose, and I think that if we will get the needed amount of $10, I can make a really good party. With a delicious meal for everybody in our little family. Okay. The main reason, the main problem is not to miss the coffee, and also the problem is extreme heat, almost unbearable heat. That's the heat is going to be the reason why we will going to go to the lake tomorrow. It is very convenient in southern countries, and I really enjoy it because all my life I lived in the northern country. I'm from north. And it is so, from one hand it is so cool that you can go to the lake. You don't have to catch those warm days. You can go there any day you want. But from the other hand, sometimes this heat, you get a little bit tired of it. Okay, Rodai Reviews, let's see what you got.
Alrighty, you sexy little starfishes. Today, we are watching Marked for Death, the pony.
As I told in my in our last online stream, I really liked that his recap of Marked for Death, which he made 2 years ago, and there he was kind of calm, and this kind of style of delivery clinked, because I think that probably if he would have developed this thing instead of going to the direction of making it more comedic and more energetic, I think that it would be his nice feature, because I really liked that. I don't kind of meh of this of his recent videos, but that one was on point, and it was kind of funny. But anyway, I hope in this video he focused more on running of our insane sensei.
Tail whips around like one of those nipple tassel thingies, and he still hasn't learned how weird his run is yet, so we get plenty of it. Oh my god, I am excited. Let's get right to it because this is Red Eye Reviews.
Damn it, this cut hand, I cut it out from my video. But he's running when he runs from one head like this, another hand does something like this. It looks weird. Oh, come on, those intros are no good for like how many? 3 years already. They are old.
We start with Seagal flapping his way through town, just a little flapper.
This is another review for Marked for Death? Are you for real? He made the review for Marked for Death and released it exactly the same hour as me. How is this possible? God dang it.
Chasing the infamous machete. But afraid he will be outacted, he throws our Trejo in a trunk.
Why does he act with his voice so much? He's swatting flies with other hand. Do you mean there is something in his pants that there are a lot of flies chasing him?
They go to a drug meeting. Things seem to be going well until these guys are like, hey, well, we found Danny in a trunk outside. Seagal, afraid that his role will be given to a more deserving actor, goes into panic mode. But he does manage to get out of Dodge. Back in Chicago, home of the Whopper, they say, we go to our sister's house. In the backyard, we see some intruders and our instincts take over. We slap the nearest combatant. Thankfully, somebody explains.
Alright, that was fun, but... Oh, guys, my coffee. It is almost there. Almost. Give it to me, baby. There is air conditioning that blows on the fire, and I think that it kind of messes it up. Because I don't understand, it is half boiling, half not boiling. What the hell is going on? Bruh. Smells weak. Alright, here we go. I'm back. You see how in a hurry I am.
It's a child. This is a party. Maybe let's calm down. So Seagal takes a breather in his childhood bedroom. You know, we got our standard childhood stuff. We got a bow and arrow, several guns on the wall, and a gun.
What is this, guys? Do you understand what the hell is this? Because in my video, I thought that it might be an ancient bicycle bell.
Gun cleaning kit. You know, all the things you'd expect from someone whose parents did a horrible job. He decides to go to his old high school. We see this poor kid that we shall call Timmy. And Timmy decided...
We shall call him nobody because he is not going to show up anytime soon. Not in this movie for sure. Tiny hidden type gun, you think so? Because he thought that it is something for cleaning guns.
Several guns on the wall and a gun cleaning kit.
Yeah, it kinda looks like that. But it's kind of,
you know, all the things you'd expect from someone whose parents did a horrible job. He decides to go to his old high school. We see this poor kid that we shall call Timmy. And Timmy decided today is the day he will throw his life away.
Cool. You should have tried some of this thing right here. Is that crack? That it is.
Hey, Timmy pal, we know that Sarah dumped you, but there will be other Sarahs. Maybe just relax and play an addictive phone game. Speaking of addictive phone games, today's video sponsor, that's right, we are back with Raid Shadow Legends, the best tactical RPG phone game out there.
You know, guys, like recently, and I mean several days ago, maybe on Sunday, so it was like 3 days ago, I watched his first Marked for Death review, which he made 2 years ago, and it was so much better. So far. It was kind of cool to watch. But right now, I don't know, is it just me? Or do you feel like there is something off about this video review? Yeah, this modern vibe of Red Eye reviews, there is something off. There is, you see, this is this insincerity. You make this thing with your voice, like, Timmy, you want to go with these girls, and maybe you don't have to smoke this crack.
Guys, they liked me so much, they gave me another chance to do some good.
Let's really sell this. Get off my show. What?
Today, I want to talk to you about clan bosses, the scariest thing on the planet, specifically the Hydra. Each head is its own mini-boss. They're named after things that we hate the most, like Decay, who makes your healers hurt you instead, which that's just rude.
What the hell is that?
And Torment, who puts true fear in your hearts and makes you want to skip gym class. Sounds like a school bully all over again, along with Blight, Wrath, Mischief, and Suffering.
Bruh, I can't spend time playing this game trying to defeat Hydra. Nah, I ain't gonna play Raid. When is it going to cool down? I like semi-cold coffee.
I mean, did Raid even want us to like these guys? No, they didn't. They wanted us to banish these guys back to that Herculean hellhole in which they came. And now you can do it with others as well in Hydra Clash, a new clan-based competition to see who
So
can
Raid
smack
is a
the
company.
lizard
I
the
thought
hearts.
that it was a
Also
game.
new is
Raid.
this Stag Knight skin, designed by YouTuber JonTron himself. New players can get this guy here by using promo code JTC.
Is John Tron so famous in designing stuff?
Skin before October 7th. So, new players, use my link in the description or scan this magical little square here and get some awesome bonuses like an XP boost, epic skill tomes, and Talia. Bet she's pretty good at Hungry Hydra. All right, let's get back to the video. So, Seagal chats with his friend. We strongly resist the urge to perform that ritualistic nut punch anytime somebody mentions the city of Bangkok.
And I heard you were shot dead in the streets of Bangkok.
It's hard, but
Bangkok. Bangkok.
somehow we manage. Meanwhile, two drug families meet. They argue about the drugs, I think. It's a safe bet. Honestly, I have no...
He's trying hard to make it funny, but he basically tells something like that dude, like Zero Hero. Oh shit! Again, I forgot his channel name. Like the last Action Zero, right? Like a total clone of Space Ice we watched. You can see this online stream. It was also like 2 weeks ago, maybe. He tries hard to make things funny, but he doesn't make jokes. He tries to make it funny with his voice, bruh. Really, that the last time you made this review, the very same movie, it was hilarious to watch.
No idea what either one of them is saying.
Forward.
They don't even know they us. We fit in.
Everybody wanna go ahead.
Well, I still have some hopes for this video review, though. And guys, I want to ask you right now to leave a like under this online stream, though I don't really know if it plays any like if it matters at all, but it is going to be I will be pleased, because right today I was really pleased to see the comment from that one second, I'll even read the comment because it was so heartwarming. So yeah, Kelly Cocker told that I'm comical genius, and the video cheered her up, and she needed that, and loves my channel. It is so pleasant to hear, guys. So you don't have to write that down, but leaving a comment will tell me something like that. A vague idea. Thanks, Systematic. Alex, where do you find the time to think about Steven Seagal in so much detail? When I make videos. I think about Steven Seagal a lot. I usually think about Steven every time my hemorrhoids flare up. But otherwise I'm busy thinking about why I'm so awesome. Good for you. You see, there is this difference, because I don't really spend a lot of time on thinking about Steven Seagal. I only think about how awesome I am. This is mathematics. Thanks a lot, bro. And what to do about it with minimum squirrel casualties? I'm sorry, I don't know what is squirrel casualties. This is some kind of slang?
Evan.
So,
Oh, hold on, my coffee became, I think, ice cold. God damn it. Oh yeah. Today I was thinking about whether or not I should kick a dog for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Kick a dog? Dude, you should never kick a dog. They are... Never do that if it doesn't attack you. This way you can fucking kill it. If it wants to bite you and eat you, you know what? I saw those terrible videos about them attacking kids and basically tear them apart. Also, I got attacked by dogs. Rather than that, if it doesn't attack you, don't it? Hot dog.
Drug dealer goes to a fortune teller, asks her to screw over Screwface with some voodoo. And she's like, I will voodoo all over him. I will spit cheap vodka all over a rooster. I'll kill a rooster over a picture of our guy. I don't know what voodoo is, but it must have worked because somewhere across town,
Probably I have to separate my perception of Radar reviews from that review I really liked from this one. Maybe this is a completely different style of him, because I should like adjust to the new vibe, because it is kinda have similar flavors. But it's not quite the same as the previous one.
Face is like, oh my god, I just pooped my pants in my sleep. Voodoo must be afoot. Cut to the bar where our straight male friends are just hanging out.
Some hormones in here. Oh, yeah.
Yep. No, that's what he said. What you heard is what he said, and it didn't feel out of place at all. So, at this bar, a bit of a turf war breaks out. Fire! All this death into
fire. What? I would mix it.
A bit of a turf war breaks out. Fire! All this death and destruction, and not a single person complimented Seagal's shirt. Now that is the most unrealistic part of the whole scene.
I'm retired now.
Retired? Well, that's close.
It has the tiger on the back? Oh my god, somebody find me a link to this shirt.
I didn't pay attention on this face. Look at that. Look at that and laugh.
I want 5 of them right now. But the cops see the shirt. They're like, my god, this man knows how to handle himself.
Why don't you help us out in this one?
But Dragon Tiger Seagal ain't got time for that. We cut back to Screwface, whose skin has like the texture of an off-brand.
What the hell is that? You know, guys, when I see stuff like that on skin, it looks really disturbing. I really hate to see these things on skins. It is kind of phobia. Oh yeah, you're wrong, bro. Arnold would kick a dog into shape, and then he would celebrate over the lamentation of its women. So you're against Arnold Schwarzenegger? Be careful, bro. Be careful. Be careful about that. If you were trying to cure cancer and the dog wouldn't stop whining, prevented you from concentrating enough to cure cancer, you'd kick it, Alex. No, I would take it outside and tell her you're free to go, my friend. This is your world now. There are 4 sides. Wherever you choose, just follow your heart. You're free. But not kick. Weird human face on a tiger. Right.
And basketball, we see he's tracked down the voodoo girl who made him poop in his sleep. He murders her on a pool table, which is terrible for the felt. I mean, let's
But
be...
it didn't play a significant role at the same. At the movie Sensei Seagal wasn't in this all this voodoo stuff. I still don't understand why didn't they go all in with this voodoo, or completely cut it out from the movie, because it didn't play. Yeah, Screwface has these magical abilities, but at the end, there's just his twin. So either you go with Steven Seagal fighting zombies, either you just cut it out the hell.
Be real. There's no way you're gonna get those stains out of that table. But Screwface gets in everybody's personal space. It's like really close, like wanting to kiss him close. He then
Almost
spits
touches
all
his
over his
nose
friends
with his
he
nose.
says something.
Did you see that?
He then spits all over, like wanting to kiss him.
I don't know about you, but it doesn't look intimidating. I would stand there like that, and like, are you private clown? How it was in the Full Metal Shield. Show me your battle cry. That's the battle cry. I would fucking laugh in his face if he come close to me like that.
Him close. He then spits all over his friends. He says
Probably he would have left without my head, but that would have been a good laugh.
something. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what they talk about, but his posse, as we call it, is very excited. Back at Seagal's family home, they get attacked.
They hurt my baby!
We take them to the hospital.
You treat this girl like she's the president of the United States. Like the president of the United States.
I mean, that kind of means something very different.
You know what I think? That he threatened the doctor, so he treated the girl like the president of the United States, which she is not. And nothing would convince the doctor she is. And I think that the ponytail isn't the best fit for this kind of attacking people in service. You know what? If we make a little adjustment to Steven Seagal, we could come with something like... well, something more appropriate. You know those haircuts when there is a blonde hair? Here we go very short, here we go with a little bit more of length. Maybe name Karen would fit more than Steven.
I mean, that kind of means something very different nowadays. Honestly, you'd probably be better off asking to treat her like a TikTok influencer or like a Trader Joe's employee. They got good benefits. But now it's personal. He goes to Jimmy Finger's place. He forgets his lines, so he improvises.
I'm a made fucking man!
God made men.
It's good enough for me. Anybody got any questions? No?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We see
I have
the
no
other...
idea what was that all about, but so... I just counted for my lack of knowledge of English. The main problem and the main concern about this scene was what the hell was this guy doing
Good
in
enough for
his,
me. Anybody got
this
any
guy's
questions?
bathroom
No? Okay, we're gonna move on.
with an empty bottle? There you can see that he jumps out of the bathroom with an empty bottle to attack Steven Seagal. So insane sensei could push him on a couch.
See the other guy.
Like the president of the United, yeah. That's not a war face. Yeah, war face, right. I didn't see it in the original. I just watched it in the Russian dub. And it was ages ago. I'm Steven Seagal and I threaten doctors. I'm the hero. That's true.
In the room, and we're like,
Hapless doctors.
do you know Screwface? And
He doesn't. If you notice that, he doesn't even threaten anyone that he fits his constitution at all. He always fights people who are much lower, much weaker. Like much weaker. I don't tell that like that. I mean, they are much smaller than him because he's a not tough guy. He's kind of big guy, clumsy but big.
this guy's like, who? Screwface?
And that's the only advantage of him against all of other people he meets in his movies.
No. I don't know no Screwface. I mean, I met a Hammerfoot once. Maybe they're related. Seagal says, is that right? Man says, no. But I just didn't want to disappoint you, but I'm too embarrassed to continue living now. Bye. We cut to
That was a good one.
a game of dominoes that Screwface is losing. He's like, you're making me crazy.
Okay, Red Eye reviews. Either coffee starts hitting it, kicking in. That's the proper slang for this. Or he just warmed up a bit. He didn't need to spend time for the whole crap about fortune teller and stuff.
Roll your eyes all you want. I don't care. That joke stays in the video because it's my video. Okay?
Yeah, it was good.
Seagal,
I liked it.
Spidey sense tingles. His sister's in trouble. Let's
Yo, I like dead jokes, okay? I'm dead.
change the focus from that Jamaican joke.
I'm
Quick.
dead.
You're making a big mistake.
And she is in trouble. All these candles are a huge fire hazard. Plus, hey, if they're not all the same scent, this room is gonna smell like a Bath and Body Works. And that place will give you a headache in like very
How
short
did they manage to put this all in place to make it look so fancy? There was cop's car and outside, and actually the sister, this girl, she was upstairs. Can you imagine the Jamaican mafia gangsters snitching in the house and putting candles in right order? So just while she is talking to Steven Seagal.
fire hazard. Plus, hey, if they're not all the same scent, this
Yeah,
room is
would
gonna
have taken
smell like
forever
a
to
Bath
set it
and
up.
Body Works.
True, that's
and that
true.
place will give you a headache in like very short time. So
I don't know
Seagal-
about that, bruh. People in 19th century, for example, even in the early 20th, they lit their houses with candles all the time in the evening.
All bust in just in time to save his sister from being the next poop voodoo magic sacrifice.
Maybe not.
And after that,
but
we take the offensive. And by we, I mean a retired cop and a high school football coach.
I can't wait to nail this fucker. This is gonna be fun.
and cars starts flying. Cars start flying. They both started flying.
We Blues Brothers our way into a mall. We throw a gun away, only to produce another gun. That's crazy. Then he does.
It ran out of bullets. What are you gonna do? When when your phone is like low in battery, what are you gonna do? Throw it away, right? Out of the window, and take another one. That's the same thing you do with the pistol.
Does that thing where he fights bad guys with one thing in mind. He's like, how can I do this with the most amount of property damage possible? Later that night,
As I see, this is the glass, it's proper glass. They can use in movies this glass that dissolves in little pieces and doesn't hurt people. But here it looks kind of dangerous.
damage possible.
You see, it doesn't dissolve with all of those little pieces like round things. It destroys in those pretty sharp pieces of glass.
Later that night, Seagal gets attacked by
Thank God Kid Davis is here to make this movie 4% different than every other Seagal movie. But he's barely in it. He didn't do shit in this movie. All he did was, in this particular scene, in the jewelry store, he only ran at the very end when Seagal dealt with all the gangsters and just kicked someone with a shotgun in the head. And that was it. And in the entire movie, I didn't see his participation at all. Sometimes I see a glimpse of him here and there. Here and there, this is basically all I can say. There were three shots in the movie when he at least held a gun in his hands. He just met Steven Seagal, then he followed him throughout the whole movie, and then the movie is ended. That's the whole his participation. Steven Seagal doesn't allow anyone to take any action in his action movie except for him. The funniest part of all this is that Steven isn't even a cop in this one. He is retired, a DEA agent, or DEA a cop or whatever. He has no excuse for driving around shooting people and getting into brawls in jewelry stores. For certain. I don't think that cops also have this permission to drive on sidewalks and shoot in where there are people, and he just keeps behind the wheel. In my By the way, where is my? Let us see. Where is? Okay, in my thumbnail there is the shot when Seagal is behind his wheel and both of his hands on the wheel and with the pistol, and he shoots straight. Taking into account that they couldn't make proper shots when they were close. It was complete firing in the air. And there were a lot of people in front of him. Can't be real glass, otherwise they'd be in the ER or dead. I think so too, but it kinda looks like real glass. You know, in other movies, usually you see this glass like literally dissolves like a sand castle. Like, and here you can see those proper sharp pieces.
Construction workers pretending to be Jamaicans. Or, I got that backwards. Maybe it's the other way around.
God is a fire.
And it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Like, honestly, it's a few more bites of Indian food at lunch, and he wouldn't have been able to fit through the window. We meet up.
This scene was so fucking dumb. So basically, they set up the whole thing. They started with the construction of the road. Steven Seagal drives around. He meets the bulldozer, and behind him there is this truck, garbage truck. And they begin to smash him. There were so many times Steven Seagal would have not just sit with this dumb face. Bulldozer? A truck? They're Jamaicans? What's going on? Anytime, if he would have been a little bit more smarter, he could easily escape this situation. Either just by opening the door or just driving around. That's it. No, he just sat there like, oh, it moves right in front of me. Very weird. There is Jamaican and behind the wheels of both of these vehicles. And I just messed with the Jamaican bosses, so, probably they are mistaken. Bruh, do you see there is my car here?
Construction workers pretending to be Jamaicans.
He just sat there and waited while they were smashing his car.
I got that backwards. Maybe it's the other way around.
God is a fire.
And it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Like, honestly, it's a few more bites of Indian food at
What was their plan? Why couldn't they just use a shotgun? Or a pistol? Anything except for a bulldozer in the truck.
lunch, and he wouldn't have been able to fit through the window. We meet up with a good Jamaican. He wants to help us fight the bad Jamaicans, so we all go to Jamaica.
Can anybody explain me also why Charlie also joined their team? He's also in the missions in a mission of vengeance against Jamaican posses. Nick Browns, hey to you, bro. Was good, brother. Pretty fun. You see, like several days ago, we watched the Marked for Death from Red Eye reviews because there was no another review of this movie, like this farcical recap, comedic recap. And now he has two of them. And this very day we have two recaps. And let's be real, mine flopped miserably. Well, he's doing pretty well.
We infiltrate the most...
So, Sensei Pudding Cup has never used sugar glass in his life. It's always real glass. But not him. There are stunt doubles. He doesn't touch glass. Something is fishy here. Should I move now? Nah, let's wait and see what happens. Right.
uncomfortable party ever. Screwface is like, hey, everybody have fun. Ignore the guns and the dudes that look like, we might get attacked at any moment, but hey, just have fun. Enjoy the music, all right? I made onion dip. It's just sour cream. All right, have a good time. Seagal turns on easy mode. He sneaks into the very well-lit...
And they were sitting like 50 or 100 meters away from that party, and they still used the sign language. Pretending to use it.
And very white base. Wearing all black, mind you. He could be seen from outer space, but not from several feet in front of him.
Shit, candles.
Turns out they could see him. They could see him.
It doesn't matter if you see Seagal or not. It doesn't really matter, because anyway you're gonna get your ass kicked. Today's blessed day full of the teachings. So today I released the video about Marked for Death. So Red Eye Reviews released the video about this very same movie, and a stream about this movie. Holy crap. It can be officially proclaimed to be August 10th, day of Marked for Death.
He gets caught.
Next time, Nick. Yeah, you're gonna always watch the record of the stream. Well, flop or not, you made a good video. I enjoyed. Thanks so. From the bottom of my heart, bro. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it flops or not for now. If it is good, it is going to find its way to more people who will really enjoy it, because that's the main thing. Because when I make those videos, I have a lot of fun myself.
For about 2 seconds. And now it is 3-on-1. Thankfully, he is fighting the Larry, Curly, and Moe of Jamaica, because it is laughably
Just look at this fighting. And people claim it to be the pinnacle of Steven Seagal's career, the best movie in his movie career. And all those fighting, when it looks like Benny Hill. Like Benny Hill show, when they're just running around and he just pushes them away, and the bunch of goofballs don't know what they are doing.
One-sided.
Yeah, they punch each other. Anyone but not Steven Seagal.
So he fights Screwface. He kicks sand in his face, and he's like, "Oh, dude, the timeout.
Bruh, that's not cool."
Oh, that was cheap. That was a cheap shot. However, Seagal doesn't honor the timeout rule, takes our man's head off. We head back to the States. We go to the gang's hideout.
Yo. It was such a nice shot for what is love.
Back to
There were 3 of them chatting about some, and I just thought that they are going to search for some ladies.
the States.
And I just
we go to the gang's hideout. We get led inside by the...
One of them I know for certain, and one of them I don't know. One of them was from a TV host. I don't know how it's called in the original, because it was the movie of Middle of Zeros.
The cracked out version of Willy Wonka. He tells the group that Screwface is dead. The gang says, nuh-uh. Our guys say, yes, he is. Look, we're psychopaths. We brought his head back with us from Jamaica. It was
on the plane. There's this thing that I don't really understand. It was this thing in the 80s when you could just bring with you on airplane the whole arsenal full of rifles and bullets and all that stuff, just putting it in cameras, because they showed that they hid a pistol, one pistol in a camera. But okay, yeah, you've hidden a pistol in a camera. What did you do with this huge rifle Steven Seagal used to shoot all of those guards in the mansion? Where did you put that? In a coffee maker? Hell no, you couldn't do that in the 80s. But according to this movie, you could. You could even bring a head with you in a bag, I guess. Just put it in the bag and just, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Here's my passport. Yeah, I'm heading towards the United States of America with this head in my bag.
In a checked bag. Honestly, I don't know how I got past TSA. It's very impressive. I mean, it really just shows how terrible the security systems are at airports, but that's beyond the point. Screwface is dead. Also, I do want to point out, cutting his head off has turned it into even more of an off-brand basketball than before. But Screwface avenges his own death. It's because they're twins. Yeah.
That's it.
That was pretty easy to figure out. We got it. We got there on our own. Thank you.
It has never been mentioned before. Why were they twins? Why was it important? They only think it was important to bring Steven Seagal to Jamaica, and he didn't even go there. They were only this Max and Charlie went to Jamaica. Steven Seagal kinda was there, but his character was there, not Steven Seagal. That's the whole thing. What's the whole point with this twin? He didn't do shit. I understand if it was like, how did he do that or that? For example, they appeared in the same place or something, but it never mentioned before. Just here, just for this Night Shyamalan twist, plot twist. Oh, you see, he had a twin. So fucking what? You could completely cut out the whole sequence about them traveling to Jamaica, or just goddamn put Screwface into Jamaica and make the final battle there in Jamaica. With all of those palms and the mansion, not this lame thing when he just throws a sand and then immediately cuts his head off. No, he does that, then he returns to America and then figures out that there is a twin. I couldn't care less about that. If he was a kind of voodoo for real, because during the movie we saw this fortune teller from Colombian mafia who made those things with a rooster, like spilled vodka onto him, like smoked cigar to him, and Screwface kinda felt that, right? So they would better go all in with all this theme and make him a real life ghost or zombie coming back from the death and make it supernatural. But now they just made it. Yeah, this is a twin. The cheapest screenwriter twist. Gimmick.
We get chased by the gang. It is a requirement.
Steven Seagal is an example of how a person's ego ruins his career as an actor. It's a matter of opinion if he is an actor, in fact. For a guy just going around the set in front of cameras and pretending to be someone he wants to be or wants to be perceived isn't acting. Especially when he is a completely opposite of that.
Requirement in this gang, however, to have dreadlocks. Unfortunately, the gang's budget for the hair salon is running low. So we went to Spirit Halloween, we grabbed some wigs. Come on.
Yeah,
The audience is...
that dude didn't look like a Rasta. The secret to the acting is not to act. He is acting, everybody is acting, okay, come on. We are all actors in this theater of life. All wear some masks this time. Yeah. So he, in front of cameras, he's one person. In front of his mirror, he is the same person. In front of his mirror. But in real life, he's a completely another story. And his true nature very often just squeezes through the image he wants us to see. When he slaps people around him, when he treats them like dirt, when they don't deserve it, when he acts like an asshole. There is that true Steven Seagal. The image which he tries to paint dissolves very easily and looks very unnaturalistic. So he's acting, okay.
Mainly Americans, they won't notice this, I'm positive.
Yo, I used the very same shots.
But they fight. They both cause as much damage to the set as they can, because judging by the decor in here, I'm assuming Nickelodeon's Temple Run is filming next, and they gotta hurry up. Seagal finishes the fight WWE style by popping this man's eyeballs out, grabbing his crotch in a stone-cold backbreaker, and throwing him down an elevator shaft.
I'm really interested in what YouTube said to Red Eye Reviews for showing all of those all of those footages.
We end the movie with Steven Seagal singing a song sung and written by Steven Seagal. But that is it. Let's head on over to Red Eye Reacts.
Where is Boom Boom? He completely banished this idea.
Gotta love whoever that stunt double is. He sure got the rundown right.
I've taken drugs, I've falsified evidence, I've slept with informants, I've lied.
Mr. Seagal, for the last time, this isn't a real confessional, sir. It is a movie set. Action. Ma'am, if you don't like to drink, just start with Mike's Hard. It's basically sugar water. It's gonna go down much easier.
You know, my initial review was kinda like 25 minutes long. I had to cut out the whole kind of mess to make it under 15 minutes. just side note.
Let no man hear steer from the pot.
Wonderful! That last speech, you soaked me.
Let's play a game of who said it better.
They hurt my baby. No.
That's my son! This is my boy!
All in favor of the guy from Harry Potter, say aye. I can't hear you. This is pre-recorded, but I'm going to assume he won.
You want some blow?
Put your hands where I can see them. I'm gonna blow your head off.
So where is the reaction? I don't understand. He just throws in some footages from the movie.
Did you catch any of that? Yeah, no, you said 3, 1, 1. Is the phone number? I don't know. You got to admire the guys barring up a wooden slate door. like I haven't seen a 6-year-old literally run face through one of those things before. Hey, hold on. This dude doesn't have dreads. He's got like a little Anakin Skywalker thingy. He's like the equivalent of a Jamaican Padawan. Dick Hancock sighting. How you doing? My God, the magical stuntman of Hollywood has returned. That is it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. It's free. It's easy. Yes, I'm telling you to do it. It's a call to action, folks. I don't know if the good ones do it, but I'm doing it. Just subscribe. Like the video. Leave some comments. A huge shout out to the patrons actively voting on some pretty awesome movies. I can't wait to show you. If you want the power to vote on movies like they do, if you want to get some awesome merch, if you want to listen to my podcast, if there's all kinds of stuff, guys. Patreon down below, link to sign up. Discord down below.
But only
Merch
for
down
Patreons?
below. A bunch of other links down there. It's awesome.
Wow,
You start
make it
clicking away. It's
available
pretty
for
fun.
everybody.
Thanks again to Raid for sponsoring today's
I
video.
can understand
Go
making
check out the
making like extra stuff for your Patreons, like members. Also, something like behind the scenes stuff or uncut versions of videos. By the way, I regret I didn't save the uncut parts for this video. Yeah, there were some funny moments I had to cut out, and because they were not as funny as I wanted them to be in the movie, or to be in the video below 15 minutes. Yeah, I initially wanted to make it like 10-12 minutes long, and it turned out to be still 14 with half, like 14 or something. There can be one sword fight. What happened to Steven Seagal's arms for him to run like that? He runs like his arms are broken. Well, guys, by the way, not only runs, he also, you can see there were moments when he moves towards his car, and he moves really like that. When he talks with an FBI agent, of course, with an FBI agent who tells him that it is not okay to destroy half of the city in order to chase 2 little thugs and to put everybody else in danger because you want to catch them, and you still didn't manage to find out to retrieve any information from them. What was the result of him chasing those guys to the jewelry store to shoot on streets in front of regular pedestrians? What was the result? He didn't find any information. He didn't do shit. So he just walks towards the car like that. And when he turns, his hands move like that. Like they're some kind of ropes, not hands. I'm going. It really looks like those balloony things, you know, the car service or something. They just wave their hands like that. So I think that he has some problems. With hand management. Whips them around. True, right.
Game, join my clan. I'm not great at the game, but what I lack for in ability, I make up for in enthusiasm. Okay? I will see you next time, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy. Hey, just have fun. Enjoy the music, alright? I made onion dip.
Bro, how many minutes are you going to spend on this rant? I fight for every 5 seconds of a video to cut shit down to make it like.
It's just
This audacity to spend so much time to speak about nothing. There is no even an ending screen. Like here we don't see any videos. Maybe he forgot to put them.
sour cream. Alright, have a good time.
Oh, really, yeah. Alright, right. Okay. Yo. I don't like autoplay. So I came up with with some devices, like a guru with 2,500 subscribers on my channel. I have audacity to give advices left and right for people who are here in the field for a couple of years, you see. But this is like a fresh look. First of all, this is not okay in terms of exposure. Photoshop now has so many abilities, and I prefer Photoshop, but I pretty much sure that you can find that analogs, even free analogs, even online. There are analogs of kind of similar to Photoshop. This is the basic, very basic adjustments. You don't even have to know advanced stuff to make things like okay, mark for that. I wanted to see how high I am in this. I'm pretty high in the first page. That's not bad. So do you see that? 14 minutes. Do you see that? It was also very dark initially. The initial picture was very dark. It is very easy to fix the lighting. He was into the shadow in this frame. I think Steven Seagal is a fan of Demolition Man. That is why he causes more damage in his films than he fixes problems. But he is he is fan of Wesley Snipes. Or did Sylvester Stallone also cause a lot of yeah, it was a thing about the action movies of the 90s, that heroes don't follow rules and can easily destroy the half of city to chase two thugs. Lol, the first thumbnail, you did a nice job with his hair in the thumbnail. Yeah. I wanted to make him look a little bit Jamaican-like, but now I think that maybe I should make like this Rasta hat for the head. Because I don't know if Steven Seagal is recognizable in here. That truck in Universal Soldier is really cool, and that truck also I also like that truck from Dawn of the Dead, or one of the Romero's movies from early 2000s, Dawn of the Dead or Rise of the Dead. They were this cool truck, they defended in it from the zombies. It was pretty cool. It was even better than from Universal Soldiers. It was like a lame laboratory in there. Well, there it was a solid fortress. You can easily go in this vehicle, in this truck, to a lake and chill without thinking then some hobos are going to attack your RV. Land of the Dead. Right, thanks a lot. Yeah, Land of the Dead. Where they were a city also, yeah, separated from other zombies. And there was zombies were kind of learning stuff. I don't know. It wasn't the best movie of Romero, but I don't know why this is one I remember the most. Right, to be honest with you, I miss that kind of movie. I don't watch modern action movies except for John Wick and Mission Impossible, and even these movies, there are unsatisfying moments in it. You know, recently I rewatched Bloodsport, and it still looks pretty cool. I don't know. This is an awesome movie. I think that most of the movies... I think that I will enjoy rewatching Commando, so I would probably give it another shot. Last time I watched it, it was 90s. Maybe even early 90s. Back those days I used to rewatch it. In total I watched Commando, I think that maybe a couple of 100 times. 1 or 200 times. As for Bloodsport, easily more than 1000. Easily. And it still holds up. But when I watched Marked for Death, it is a piece of Seagal's S-H-I-T. So I didn't like them back those days, I don't like them now. I thought that maybe I will make a video about another one of them, but as far as I heard, that Marked for Death was his pinnacle of Steven Seagal. The best movie he ever done. It is so boring, out of sense, without any proper action. With stupid dialogues, stupid motivations, stupid characters. Not even that guy, Keith, the guy who played Max. I haven't seen him much in the other movies, so I don't know. You guys seem to know him pretty well, but I Didn't see him being badass in this movie either. As I told before, he just showed up for a couple of times, punched a guy in the head, even though he was almost kinda half unconscious after meeting Steven Seagal. After that, he just made a few shots from the bushes in Jamaica, and that was it. Other than that, he didn't do shit in this movie. So what's so badass about it? Steven Seagal has always pushed people around. The whole Aikido was like a bunch of goofballs making fun with each other, like a complete circus. A bunch of clowns running around, and Steven Seagal with this face, waving some hands, pushing people around. God damn it. What the whole thing about it? Doesn't even look like Aikido. It definitely looks like just pushing people. Commando is my favorite movie yet, and it is followed by Terminator 2. As for Terminator 2, it was huge back those days when it was released. I was huge fan of it. Until this moment, I kinda make those haircuts like John Connor. Sometimes, not always. And hairs are not the same as they used to be. And also this was, John Connor had this haircut with stylists making him all the time, and I always wondered how the hell did he manage to keep them that well. I couldn't just do it. My haircut looked like crap compared to him, but still. Yeah, Terminator 2 and Commando, right? Why hate on Sensei so much? That's not that I really hate. I don't think that I can say that I really hate Steven Seagal. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. But as time passed, the first video I made, it was about his movie career, and it was kind of serious, but with some funny aspects, because I always add some funny aspects to videos, so they were more laughable to watch, more enjoying to watch. And my first video was kind of serious, because I didn't. I picked him just to test how I make those videos. He was an actor I didn't care about at all. I didn't know anything about him. I just knew that he was big in 90s, and I remember his movies, some of them. Under Siege and Under Siege 2, that's all what I remember. And after that, when that video began to start gathering a lot of amount of views, I noticed that people wanted me to watch other Steven Seagals. And when I began to dig deeper, I figured out what kind of man he is and what kind of movies he makes, and more I find out about him, more astonishing he seems to me. It's not that I hate him. We have a complicated relationship. Kid David, right. Thanks. Was the voice of Goliath in the cartoon Gargoyles. Oh, you mean 1971? But do you mean Western action movies, or do you mean, for example, like Kung Fu? Okay, guys, it is 3 in the morning right now, and tomorrow I gotta wake up earlier. So see you next time. Cheers.